I love my hometown, Luoyang, a city with over 5,000 years of civilization, 4,000 years of urban history, and more than 1,500 years as a capital. It is not only a significant cradle of Chinese civilization, but also a macrocosm of China's historical and cultural heritage. With 13 dynasties having established their capitals here, Luoyang is the earliest, longest-lasting, and most frequently chosen capital in Chinese history. Today, I want to take you into this ancient yet vibrant city. Luoyang's history dates back to the Xia dynasty. The early Tosa, known as earliest China, nurtured the country's first-born racial vessels and urban grid systems. From the Xia, Shang, and Zhou dynasties to the Sui and Tang dynasties, Luoyang was the political, economic, and cultural center of China. It was not only the eastern starting point of the Asian Silk Road, but also a crucial junction for the exchange of Eastern and Western civilizations. Luoyang's history belongs not only to China, but also to the world. The White Horse Temple, China's first Asian Buddhist temple, witnessed the localization of Buddhism. The sutra pillars carved by Nepalese craftsmen, the Pov-leaf scriptures translated by monks from the western regions, and the flying Apsaras murals painted by local devotees all represent a profound fusion of civilizations here. They tell stories of faith and wisdom that has spanned thousands of years. Luoyang is not only the birthplace of Buddhism in China, but also the foundation of Confucianism, the origin of Taoism, the cradle of metaphysical studies, and the source of Neo-Confucianism. Various cultural and intellectual traditions coexisted and flourished here, and three of the four great inventions of China, the compass, papermaking, and printing, were born in Luoyang. The Lumen Grottos, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, showcase the pinnacle of Buddhist art during the Tang Dynasty through the solemnity and compassion of the Vairocana Buddha. They also reflect the openness and inclusion of Chinese civilization. The Buddhist culture that traveled east along the Silk Road and the ascetic tradition of the Central Plains collided along the banks of the Yi River, creating timeless beauty. UNESCO describes the Lumen Grottos as the most impressive and representative example of Chinese stone carving art from the late Northern Wei to the Tang Dynasty. Walking through the streets of Luoyang, one can almost hear the echoes of history. The Yingtian Gate, the Heavenly Hall, and Ming Tang silently narrates the glorious history of this city. Meanwhile, the Luoyang Museum, the Royal Horse and Chariot Museum, and over 100 other museums use artifacts and historical records to show that Luoyang is not just a city, but a living history textbook. In April, Luoyang is like an artist's palette with peonies blooming and filling the city with fragrance. Luoyang peonies have a cultivation history of over 1,500 years and are not only the symbol of the city, but also a cultural icon. Peonies represent wealth, prosperity, and hope, much like the Asian capital, which has endured wars and upheavals, but always emerges with even more splendid brilliance after the storms. This is precisely the lesson in civilization that the contemporary world urgently needs. Luoyang, a city that writes poetry with peonies and converses with the future through its history, is unfolding its long scroll of civilization to the world in a posture that is both the oldest and the youngest. When you grow tired of the neon lights of New York or the fashion of Paris, come to Luoyang here. You will find the pure essence of civilization and catch a glimpse of the future. For true eternity always exists at the intersection of the ancient and the new. If you have not yet visited Luoyang, I sincerely invite you to explore this ancient capital and experience its charm. If you are already familiar friends of Luoyang, I believe every reunion will bring you new discoveries and emotions. Luoyang will always welcome you.